Hi there, this is Alison from Freddie Loves Crochet, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial of a Sunburst Granny Square. Absolutely love doing these because I love the different types of textures that they have, and I love putting different colours together. So versatile, can be used for lots of things: cardigans, cushions, bags, blankets, and the world is your oyster when it comes to these sort of squares. So you're going to need 4 different colours of whatever yarn you choose. I'm using Stylecraft Special Aran, which is a worsted weight number 4 yarn. Make sure you've got a corresponding hook. That hook size may change slightly depending on your intention and what it is that you want to make. For example, a blanket, you might use a slightly bigger hook compared to what you might use for a bag, so that you because you don't want your bag to have too many sort of gaps and holes in it. So I'm using a 6mm for the yarn that I've chosen today, but you can match it up. So we're going to start off, put that to one side, with my first colour, which for this one is Mushroom. It's called Mushroom, but I think it's quite pink, isn't it? It's like a dusky pinky grey. So you can either start with a magic circle, or you can start with a chain 4, and then you slip stitch to the first chain, and then you start work from inside the little loop that the chain makes. But I'm going to start mine with a magic circle. So tail end to the left hand side, get the long end, cross it over so it goes to the back, and make sure you've got a cross in it there. Go to the back of your fingers, put your hook through, pick up that long end, and then you want to make some chains. So we're going to start off with a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. If you're new to magic circles, you just need to make sure that you're going to crochet over both of those strands there to make it pull closed at the end. So that chain of 3 counts as a double crochet, which is the US term, or a treble crochet in the UK. I will refer to both terms, but primarily I do use US terms. Now we're going to place 15 double crochets in the circle. There we go, 15, and with that original chain of 3, that should be 16 stitches, because we're going to count that chain. I'm just going to count back and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need to do one more. And 16. So I've now got 16 stitches. I can pull the tail end. If you're working from the chain 4 join method, make sure that you've got a chain of 3 and then 15 double crochets into that circle, into that loop that you make. Then we're going to join to the top of that 3rd chain that we made originally. I like to try and pick up 2 of the strands of the chain instead of just 1. I think it gives a neater join. Can be tricky to just get the 2 though. There we go. And then we're just going to join with that with a slip stitch. Trim your yarn and then pull through and on to round 2. So for round 2 I have chosen this raspberry colour and we're going to start off by making a slip knot, putting it on our hook, ready to start crocheting. So we're going to be crocheting into the top of the stitches here. So we're not going often with these kind of things, we go between posts. For this round we're going actually into the top of the stitches, so you're picking up both loops there of that stitch. So join anywhere on that circle that you've got from round 1, put your hook in, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch, sorry. So pull through one after the other there. So we've joined, and now we're going to make these puff stitches. Okay, and these are little puff stitches where we're going to build on each one to 7 loops on our hook, and we're going to place one of these into every stitch around here. So we start off with a chain 2, 1, 2, and then in the same place where you joined we're going to do the following: yarn over into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and you've got 3 loops. Yarn over into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull through, and you've got 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more time, yarn over into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and you've now got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over and pull through all 7. Sometimes, depending on your yarn, if you've got quite splitty yarn, you might need to take it to 1 or 2 at a time. Then you're just going to finish that off and secure it with a chain. And you're going to do that around every stitch. So I'm going to go through that with you a couple more times. Hook in, so yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through. That's twice, and one more time, yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through. We've got 7 loops. We're going to pull through all 7. Take your time with that if you've got splitty yarn or your tension is quite tight, and then chain 1. One more time, yarn over your hook into your stitch, then very next stitch along, yarn over, pull through, hook over, sorry, yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through, and we need to do one more time, yarn over, hook in, and then pull it through. So we've got 7 again. When you've got these silicone handled stitches with thick yarn, it doesn't give you much room. And then yarn over and pull through all 5. Try not to split those strands there, and then finish with a chain. So you're going to place 1 in each, so you should have 16 all the way around by the time that you are finished. Pause it here and I'll meet you back for round 3. So when you've got all 16 all the way around, you need to join. Now, rather than joining here, which makes it quite an obvious join in that original chain that you did, you're best off sort of moving along to the space in between these 2 puff stitches and putting a slip stitch there and doing your join there, and it sort of becomes a little bit more evened out. So split my yarn. So you do a slip stitch and then yarn over and pull through for your join there. Right, so for round 3 I'm using this, I love this yarn, it's Stylecraft Impressions yarn, and it's absolutely beautiful, I think. So this is for my next round, which you'll see here for this one. So these are quite similar to the puff stitches we were doing, except these are cluster stitches. And we're going to see the first one that we start with is slightly different to the rest of them. So I'm going to start off by putting a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to join at any place in between the puff stitches. So you can put your hook in, pick up your yarn, and then make a slip stitch there to join. Then you're going to start off with a chain 2, and that chain 2 for the very first cluster stitch we do counts as one of the posts of the cluster. So this is why this one is a little bit different to all the others. So we're going to do a 3 double crochet US term or a treble crochet in the UK, we're going to go 3 double crochet cluster stitch, and we do that by going yarn over into the same place where you joined, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the front 2 loops, yarn over again into your same place, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the front 2 loops. At this point we've got 3, and we've got 2 double crochets plus that chain there, so we want to do 1 more. Yarn over into the same place, yarn over, pull through the front 2 loops, and at this point you should then be left with 4 loops on your hook, and that's, so you've got 1, 2, 3 double crochets and that original chain 2, which counts as 1 as well, so it's going to be the same size all in between, so all your clusters will be the same size. So yarn over and now pull through all of those 4 loops, chain 2. So all the subsequent cluster stitches are slightly different. This was a 3 double crochet one, we're going to do a 4 double crochet one now, so it's the same thing but with an extra step in it. So we're going to yarn over into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the front 2, yarn over into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, always just through the front 2, and then you're building along here, and this time we're going to build until we've got 5 loops, so we need to do it twice more. Yarn over into your stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over through the front 2. One more time, yarn over into the space or the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and through the front 2, and at this point I've now got 5 loops and 4 posts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it's just the same as this, except one of the 4 is that original chain we started with. Yarn over and pull through all 5 and chain 2. So it's really important that we chain 2 in between. This is where we're going to work our next round and make it into a square at that point. Okay, so let's do that again. Yarn over into the next space between the next 2 puffs, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over through the front 2, yarn over into the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and into the and then through the front 2, twice more, yarn over into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the front 2. One more time. Again, we are building to 5 loops. You don't count until you've pulled through those front 2 loops. We've now got 5, and you can see 4 posts, 5 loops and 4 posts, which means that the cluster stitch is complete. Pull through all 5 and then chain 2. So what you want to do is go all the way around doing that, and then when you get to here, unlike where we had to join in a slightly different way with the previous round with the puffs, with these clusters you can just place, when you get there, place a slip stitch in the sort of top chain that you started to, that second chain that you did at the beginning there, and that should finish off the round and you can trim the yarn. So if you pause it here, you complete those cluster stitches all the way round, and then we will do the final round of round 4 where we'll square everything off. So you should have gone all the way around here and have 16 cluster stitches and have slip stitched to the top of that chain 2 that we started with there, and then you can trim your yarn and fasten off. So once you've done that, we're going to then add this final round to square it off. Now you may see, just this can help a little bit, because we've got to make it square, we've got to have different lengths of stitches. So you'll see that here are the longest stitches, these are kind of the next shorter, and then these are the shortest. So in the widest points of your circle here, we've got the shorter stitches, and they are half double crochets. Then we've got these kind of mid-size ones either side of that to sort of expand it out, and they are double crochets or trebles in the UK. And then these, the longest ones, are US trebles or UK double trebles, and they will help us to square that off with chains in the corners like you would normally do for a granny square. So we're going to start off with a slip knot, Here we go. On our hook, and we're going to join to any of these chain 2 spaces here. So I'm going to start here, chain 2. So we're going to join with a slip stitch, so yarn over and pull through the loop that's on your hook as well, and we're going to start with a chain 4. Now this counts as one of these tall trebles or double trebles in the UK, so it's chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in that same space we're going to place 2 tall treble stitches in there. So a treble, you're going to yarn over twice, you're going to go into that same space, yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 at a time. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. We'll do that again. Yarn over twice. It's not the stitch that you use that often, this one, so just go a bit slower with it. Yarn over, pull through, and you should have 4 loops. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 at a time. 1, 2, and 3. So once we've done that, that's kind of the first half of a corner there. So we're going to go all the way around, and then we're going to finish that corner off once we get back here. So we're at this point, and then we're going to move on here now. So in the next chain 2 space, we're going to work 3 double crochets, which is the treble in the UK, so a US double. So it's just where you put 1 yarn over your hook. So we're going to work 3 of those in the next space. Remember, this is that mid-sized stitch. And then in the next one, this is where we want the shortest stitch. So this is where we're doing a half double US term there. So 1. So with a half double, you yarn over still, but when you come through, you're going to pull through all 3 in one go. Yarn over into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 in one go. So it's the shortest of the 3 stitches here. And then, so we've got to the shortest bit, so we're going to start making them a bit longer again now. So the next one is another cluster of 3 double crochets. That's where we pull through 2 at a time. So 2, and then 2, and then 1 more. So we've got a little cluster of 3 in there. So if we put this down, hopefully you'll see longer, a little bit shorter, and then the shortest, and then we're building it back up again. So in the next chain 2 space, we're going to place 3 trebles, remembering that means we go twice over the hook, in, yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to work through 2 at a time. 1, yarn over through 2, and then yarn over through 2. We're going to do 3 of these. Yeah. So that's 2, and then 1 more. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to, so we've done one side of the square, the chain 2 makes the corner, and we're going to come along this way now to so we've done basically along here, and now we've chained 2, and we're going to come down here now. So we're going to yarn over twice again. So we've got our chain 2, and then we need to do another 3 trebles in that same space, okay, because we've got one side, we've got a corner, and then we're starting the next side there. Apologies if granny squares are something that you are quite au fait with, but I know the corners and things still can baffle some beginners, so I'm just making it over explicit really. So we've got the long stitches here. So the next one, so you've got 3, a chain 2 and 3. The next one we need just a double cluster in there, so 3 doubles in there. So that's 1, that's 2, and then 3, and then we are getting to the point where we need the shortest stitch. So in this one it's 3 half doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to start building them longer again. So this is the next one, is the doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're in the next one, we're going to do our next corner. So we've got 3 trebles to do, where we're going to yarn over your hook twice before you go in, and then pull through 2 at a time. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3, and then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do exactly the same again and put 3 trebles. It's so confusing with all the different terms, isn't it? 3 trebles again into here. 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to continue now going along here. So you're going to do a double crochet, a half, so 3 doubles, 3 half doubles, another 3 doubles, and then you've got this corner which is here, which is the chain, sorry, 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, and then you've got the last little bit to do here where you've got then 3 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and 3 double crochets. Then when we get back to here, I will meet you there. Hopefully this is self-explanatory up to now, and I'll meet you there of how to finish all of this off. So we've come to the end of the round almost. So we've finished off here with our doubles and our half doubles, and then another set of 3 doubles there. And then we've just got to finish off this corner where we started. So hopefully it's fairly self-explanatory, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do 3 trebles sort of in that same corner space where you've already worked, because we're missing 3 from in there. So that's 1, that's 2, and then that's 3, and then finally you're just going to chain 2, and then you're going to just do a slip stitch in the top of the 4th chain, basically the one that you started with, that chain of 4. Just put a slip stitch in the top and then yarn over, sorry, just pull that through, and then make a chain, pull it through, and give that a little pull. There we go. So there you have it. That is your gorgeous crochet sunburst square. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a subscribe, and come back soon for another crochet tutorial. Take care now. Bye bye.